This is the plaintiff, Monica Sullivan. She says you should never trust your landlord, no matter how friendly a relationship you've had, because they'll take advantage of you when you move out. The defendant was nice as could be when she vacated, thanked her for taking such good care of the place, and now he won't return all of her security. She's suing for $1,041.41, the amount owed. This is the defendant, James. He says you should never trust tenants because they always break things. They try to move out without fixing them. That's what security deposits are for. Bottom line, the plaintiff left behind damaged things. He deducted it from her security. She didn't like that, and here they are. He's accused of unfairly keeping money.
All parties, please use your...
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant was so nice when she moved out and then he stiffed her. But the defendant says she's a breaking machine. It's the case of you break it, you buy it.
Thank you, Douglas. Monica Sullivan and John Sullivan?
No, John couldn't make it. He had to work.
Who's this?
Brian, my witness.
Okay. You are suing James, your former landlord, for $1,041.41, representing double your security that was withheld as well as interest, according to your calculations, because according to you, he had no right to keep the money he was keeping. What happened?
We lived there for 18 months, and we had a baby. So, you know, we outgrew the place. During this whole time, we actually paid for in full for the whole month. We moved out 2 weeks ahead of time so he could get the place in order and everything. Now, throughout this whole time, my husband was asking him, do you need me to fix this? Do you need me to fix this? I have all the text messages. No, don't touch a thing. Don't touch a thing. No worries. Don't touch a thing.
I read through all those text messages.
Yeah.
And they surprised me that you were here because they couldn't have been more loving between the husband and him.
Yeah, they were like friends.
So what was wrong with the apartment and why did you withhold the $441?
Yes.
By the way, the security deposit was how much?
$2,137.50.
Do you have a letter that you sent her or
I do.
him? Or let me see the letter.
Thank you, sir.
Let's talk about what it is that you say in the letter you're withholding for. The hooks that were screwed into the wall in the small closet in the hall were gone. Okay, this is a picture of...
The closet on the right is the one in which I installed the bar.
And there used to be what?
Small hooks in the back of the closet.
Okay, what happened to the hooks that used to be there?
We had somebody helping us move because I have a 1-year-old, so they might have took some hooks out.
Why would anybody take hooks
you know,
that are nailed
I don't know.
onto-
They took the shelving too, and
right,
I had
who's
it.
they? Who did you have helping you move?
A neighbor and another friend.
How much are you charging for putting in the bar?
$7.98.
All right, let's go to the next item. Deadbolt knob from the front door was missing. How much were you withholding for the knob?
$21.97.
How much?
$21.97.
Missing hook in the shower.
I charged them a combination of Loctite to seal the hole and then a hook that I put over it and then caulked it instead of getting a tiler.
What happened to that?
That thing fell off 2 days after we moved, and my husband put it in the cabinet.
How much did you deduct for that?
$1.68.
He's not nickel and dime.
The Loctite I used to seal it was $4.97.
Replaced broken door stop. What was wrong with the door stop? Do you know what was wrong?
It was broken.
How did it break?
I don't know, from a door opening and closing probably.
And how much did you deduct for that?
That was $1.68.
The light switch plate was cracked in the kitchen. How did that happen?
I didn't look at the...
Okay.
No, we didn't take pictures of everything. We were friends with
You
guys.
should, though.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, the telephone that you have that takes pictures should also take pictures when you move in and when you leave. And then when you leave, take pictures of how great everything looks. Don't get too close. Because we might see that it's not that great, but take pictures of how it looks. So how much did you charge for that?
$1.58.
How'd you get to we're never going to get to 441 at this rate. The welcome mat outside the door was ruined. How was it ruined?
It was cast aside. It seemed to be out in the rain for a number of years. I have a picture of it.
Okay,
I felt the need
so
to
how much
replace
did you
it.
deduct for the mat?
I deducted $17.11.
Who put the mat out on the street or whatever?
It wasn't out in the street.
Or in
I
the
actually
side?
had mine. Well, we lived there for 18 months, you know. Usually change these like every season. So I would put my mat on top like every season for summer, Halloween, spring. I would put it on top just not to throw away this special mat.
Okay. Missing wine racks. What happened?
Well, when we first moved in, He said, there's wine racks there. If you want to keep them, if you don't want to keep them, you could take them off, you could throw them away. We had them in a box, and he just never put them back up.
All right, and
Honor,
how
may
much
I-
did you deduct for that?
$27.03. And
Okay.
may I add something, Your Honor?
Yeah.
In the security deposit letter, I said in the letter, if you have any of these missing items and you'd like to return
I
them
saw
to me,
that.
I will
did see that.
refund
I did
your
see
money
that.
immediately.
You said, by all means, return them, and we'll. I know that. All right, missing window hardware. By window hardware, you mean the curtain rod?
Yes.
Where'd the curtain rod go?
We had to purchase a curtain rod. If he means the hooks that
no,
were
he's
there.
talking about that curtain rod. There's a picture of it before. Is this how it looked when they moved in, or when you owned it?
That's when I owned it. But I have an email to John stating that, yes, there are window curtain rods and a shower rod as well.
Your hubby's non-confrontational?
Yes.
I know, because I'm married to one of those.
Yeah, so yep,
I know.
you and I.
Your
would
hell
be
is
the-
my hell. But it's so much easier to live like they do than like you and I do.
Oh, yeah.
Much easier.
Oh, yeah,
Than
I
to
know.
get mad at everything.
Okay, I'm going to give you one or two options here. One, landlords screw tenants out of security. Or two, tenants are slobs and break stuff in apartments. Which do you choose?
Tenants are slobs and break stuff in apartments.
What do you say?
Same. Tenants are slobs.
Really? What do you say?
One.
One. Okay, we're out of time, so that was good. Go inside the courtroom.
How much are you deducting for the curtain rods?
$24.75.
Missing light bulbs from kitchen fixture and crawl space?
Yeah, there were light bulbs
How
before.
many?
They put in their own 4 total.
How many?
4.
4 light bulbs?
Yes.
Did you take light bulbs?
My husband put in energy saver ones, you know, the more expensive ones to save
Did
on
he
the
put back the
electricity.
cheap ones then?
He might have taken our ones and not replaced it. Yeah. I wish he would have said something. I would have went down to the store and bought the $1.99 ones he had in there.
Let me just ask you a question, because he was very cooperative. And kind of, what can I do for you? Is there anything you need me to do for you? You know, he would. So wouldn't it be easier to tell him, hey, these 7 things are missing, go take care of this?
In hindsight, it may be,
Yeah,
but
no, definitively. Is this the first time you have to do this?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's just. I'm telling you, as an experienced landlord, that it is much better to try to resolve it beforehand. Wow, how many light bulbs?
4 total.
4 total. So what did you charge him for the
I
light bulbs?
estimated $9.
Okay. Missing exterior AC cover.
Yes. The one was on in the back, and then the one in the front had, during the move, got taken off, so I left it in the closet where he said he had it, and he's saying the one in the back was missing, but it was on, because we're not allowed to take the AC covers off until a certain time.
And how much was that?
I charged them $48.15.
Missing bedroom closet You took the shelving from the bedroom closet?
I didn't take the shelving.
Who
They
took the
did.
shelving from the bedroom closet?
I have it.
Who did? No. Who did it?
My neighbor.
Why would it? Come on, honey, though. See, is this what you do whenever you leave a place? Like, you take everything and hope they don't...
No, I don't take anything.
Oh, my gosh, taking the
I have a
shelving?
son. I
When you
was
got to your
watching my
house and
son.
saw it, you immediately sped back to put the shelving back so it wouldn't look like you were a thief,
I
right?
have a 1-year-old, so right now I wasn't
Okay,
worried about
listen, where's your
shelving.
1-year-old now?
Waiting out there.
Okay, so apparently you can figure out how to chew gum and walk at the same time, right? Okay, all right. I'm not unsympathetic. I have 3 children. I had them close together, okay? But, you know, every time I ask you something or press you or anything, it's I have a 1-year-old, I have a 1-year-old, get over it. Taking shelving is not okay. I bet you dollars to donuts that if those shelves had been in that closet and those hooks had been in the hall closet, we wouldn't be here. I think that's what made him the most angry. Who takes the shelving? I've never heard such a thing.
I didn't.
To take apart shelf? I just don't understand how anybody would take... Hey, whose default position is let's take something that's screwed in the wall without you instructing them to do so or your husband instructing them to do so? I'm lost here. Closet shelving. How much did you deduct for the closet shelving?
$128.22.
You're charging for 4 hours of labor at $30 an hour on May 1st for removal of boxes and trash in the crawl space.
Yes.
How much stuff was there?
I have pictures in the same document.
This is the stuff that was left in the crawl space?
Yes, that was 1 truckload of the stuff that was left in the crawl space.
All right, why did you guys leave all this stuff in the crawl space?
His stuff was in the crawl space. There was
This
2
isn't his
doors,
stuff, though,
make shelf.
Because he doesn't... Do you have Pampers in their crawl space?
No.
No,
Okay.
no. I just thought because we left the 2 doors.
He's charging
Oh.
because you didn't take them out, and I see in a text from your husband is texting him saying, no, we still have stuff in the crawl space. Can you tell me why you guys would leave this stuff behind?
I sent him down there to get the Christmas tree. He said he emptied everything
Your
out.
husband?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. You got to watch him like a hawk.
I said, please make sure you get the Christmas tree and everything.
And you know what his answer was? I can tell you what his answer was. Yeah, okay.
I got it all.
They'll always say, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. They sound very reasonable, and then you sound like a shrew, mentioning it again 4 hours later when they didn't do it, right? Trust me, I know. All right, and then your testimony is, and John's not here. Is it John, your husband's? And John's, that's funny, that's my husband's name too. Is he gone a lot? So $30 an hour seems a little excessive to clean this stuff out. I mean, how many hours could it possibly have taken you to get that stuff out? I'm looking at, even if it was as much stuff as you're saying, and I'm looking at the picture.
I have a log sheet of the time that I spent doing
4
it.
hours going through the crawl space?
Yes, 4 hours.
Okay, you need to get more efficient with your time, pal, because 4 hours to go through the crawl space is ridiculous, okay? All right, little math time. As usual, it's a little bit of nickel and diming, and it's a little bit of you shouldn't have left it that way and taken a bunch of stuff. Okay. I do not think I need to go through the 17 items again because I kind of gave you an impression of which way I was ruling on each of them. Some of them I agree with you and some of them I don't agree with you. Clearly, I do not agree with you with 4 hours on that. But I do agree with you that tenants have no business putting this job on you. So when I go through the math and take out the things I think are kind of silly and leave the things that you may think are silly but are not because you're supposed to have left them the right way, and pretty much what it comes out to is I'm going to order the defendant to return a portion of the security deposit that was withheld, and I'm not going to order you to return double of what this figure is because in your state, double is for when the landlord doesn't bother to send you a letter. Your state only says if he sends a letter and itemizes it, then go to court if you don't like it. And he did that, so. And it would never be $158 in interest because A, you miscalculated the interest, but B, he doesn't have to, he only has one unit, right? Do you have more than one unit?
I have 1 unit.
1 unit, and that's for when you have multiple units in a building. So what this comes down to, I hope it was worth everybody visiting. I know it was worth it for me. This was a load of fun, is that I find that once I do all that math, the defendant is entitled to keep $327.65. So when I subtract the original figure, which is the $441.41 from that, he needs to return $113.76. Verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff prevails for a little over $100. I don't know if it's worth coming to court for that. Do you feel it's worth all of this?
No, it's not worth it. If they had returned the items that I offered them to give the money back, it would have been fine.
And you could have settled this and avoided court altogether.
Yeah, we could have settled it, but I think it was a fair ruling, and I appreciate that. I just, it's a warning to landlords. We got to be careful.
You certainly do. Good. Thank you very much. You must sign some documents now. Ms. Sullivan's on her way out of the courtroom. How do you feel about this? You've gone to court. You filed for the court case. You've come all the way to court. I mean, it's been a lot of aggravation. You're getting a little over $100, about $113, I think. What do you think?
I just think he should have called us, told us something, text, email. They're good friends. That's what he should have done.
So whatever happened to those closet shelves?
They're there. I don't
took them
have
out?
them. No, I didn't take them out.
Somebody did?
Yeah, somebody took them out, but they're at the house. I don't need them, so now I'm going to have to throw them out.
All right. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Hope you're happy. Harvey, what do you think?
Okay, Doug, landlords sometimes in certain states are penalized when they wrongfully withhold security, and they can be fined. Basically, it's 2 to 3 times the amount that was wrongfully withheld.